Hello, Toon Army! Well, that was tough to watch, wasn't it? Newcastle United suffered another frustrating home defeat, this time at the hands of Fulham, and Eddie Howe did not hold back in his post-match comments. The Magpies took the lead through Jacob Murphy in the first half, but a second-half collapse saw Fulham strike twice, sealing a painful 2-1 loss for the lads at St James Park. And let's be honest, this one stings. Back-to-back home defeats in the league are not what we expected, especially with such an important Carabao Cup semi-final just around the corner. Howe admitted it himself. We deserve to lose. That's not something you hear often from our gaffer, but it shows the level of disappointment he's feeling right now. I don't think we were great athletically again today, which is really surprising because we had a really good training week, he said. We were wasteful today. I don't think it was anywhere near our best technical level. That's as blunt as it gets. And the frustration is clear. We've seen Newcastle play some brilliant football this season, but this was not one of those days. There are worrying similarities between this game and that painful Bournemouth defeat not too long ago. Against Bournemouth, Newcastle looked second best in every aspect of the game. And against Fulham, it was more of the same. Howe himself made the comparison, admitting it was painful to watch as his team struggled both on and off the ball. There were similarities to Bournemouth, and that was painful, he said. We weren't great athletically, and on the ball, we were wasteful. Put that together, and it's not a recipe for a great performance. 2 home defeats in a row. And suddenly, the fortress that St James's Park had become is looking shaky. And now, we've got Arsenal waiting for us in the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg. This is the type of moment that can define a season. We all remember what happened last year. We got so close to lifting silverware. This game against Arsenal is massive. But if Newcastle play anything like they did against Fulham, it's going to be a real struggle. Howe knows it, the players know it, and we, the fans, definitely know it. Injury concerns aren't helping matters either. Callum Wilson missed the game, and while Howe hinted he could be ready to face Arsenal, there are no guarantees. Callum will be there or thereabouts. He has trained a couple of times, and looked good. I will speak to everyone connected with Callum about his welfare and make sure we involve him at the right time, Howe said. That doesn't exactly fill us with confidence. And then there's Joelinton, who came off with a knee injury. Howe confirmed that the big Brazilian was struggling, and now it's a race against time to get him fit for what promises to be a bruising battle against the Gunners. The message from Howe is clear. Improvements are needed, and fast. Newcastle simply cannot afford another performance like the one against Fulham. This Carabao Cup tie is a golden opportunity to bring silverware back to Tyneside, something we've been dreaming of for years. But if the lads don't step up, it could be a case of what could have been, just like last season. So, what do you think, Toon Army? Can we turn it around against Arsenal? Or are these recent performances a sign of deeper problems? Let us know in the comments. That's it for now, but don't go anywhere. There's another big story to talk about, and trust me, you won't want to miss this. Stay tuned, and I'll be back with the latest on Newcastle's transfer dealings in just a moment. And now, let's move on to another big story that broke recently. As reported yesterday, Newcastle United have reached an agreement with Juventus for Lloyd Kelly's transfer. The centre-back, who only joined the club last summer, is now set to leave Tyneside, with the Italian giant securing his services on an initial loan deal until the end of the season. The deal includes an option to buy in the summer, with Juventus reportedly agreeing to a fee of around 15 million. For Newcastle, this move represents a significant financial gain, considering Kelly arrived as a free agent just 7 months ago, with the the Magpies still operating under financial constraints, it's clear that selling Kelly for a profit was a deal the club could not ignore. On top of that, his departure frees up a sizable chunk of the wage bill, as he was reportedly earning around $100,000 a week. Interestingly, despite losing a defensive option, Newcastle do not intend to bring in a replacement before the transfer window closes. The club is confident that Fabian Schär, Dan Burn, Sven Botman, and a now fully fit Emil Kraft can provide enough cover at centre-back. Additionally, Jamal Lascelles is expected to return before the end of the season, further strengthening our defensive depth. Kelly's versatility as a left-back also gave Newcastle some flexibility, but the coaching staff believes Burn, or even Kieran Trippier, can step in if needed. Juventus initially made an approach for Kelly earlier in the window, but Newcastle rejected it. However, the Italian side came back with an improved offer in the last 24 hours, which eventually led to an agreement. While Kelly's time at Newcastle was relatively short, he did manage to make 14 appearances, including 7 starts. His last involvement in black and white came in the dying minutes of the Fulham defeat, where he was introduced as an 87th minute substitute. So, Toonami, what do we make of this move? Is it a good piece of business for the club, or do you think we should have kept him for squad depth? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Let's hope for a big response from the lads against Arsenal. Take care and Howe the lads.